Hi, everybody. This is Tired of the Bull. Again, we talk about all fandoms, every fandoms, any random idea that comes in any of our heads every week. We're just kind of like, hey, you want to talk about this and that? Yeah, sure. Yeah, be anything. Be chairs. Could be chairs. Gigantic boardrooms.
Yes.
Gigantic boardrooms, man. Sorry, we're in a gigantic boardroom. I'm Ella Rowe.
I'm Marilla Tam. Just off of a long weekend of talking about this exact same stuff at a convention. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, she was our PR person this week.
if anybody came from Archon, hi.
Hi. I didn't go. I wanted to
because
go.
she's lame.
I was Mother's Day weekend, by the way. Shout out to all the mothers. Forgot to do that last week. We were gonna talk about Twilight because I'm a Twilight lover. This is our Twilight hater, and our other friend was supposed to be here, but she sucks and won't answer her phone, so it's just us. And since she's the corner market of most of our movie to book adaptations, we're just gonna talk about them all in general. We might come back and make a specific blog about that book.
General overview today.
Yeah, like one, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief. Dear God, I hate that almost as much as I hate the True Blood series. Like, he can hold his breath indefinitely. He's not sitting at the bottom of a pool holding his breath. He had no clue. And there's another thing. They made him a 16-year-old teenager. He looked 16, or at least maybe not 16, maybe if they were going for, but he was supposed to be a 12-year-old boy.
You know, in Ender's Game, he was supposed to be like 6, right?
Yeah. See, that's another thing. Ender's Game. Oh, they ruined that whole thing. Cause like, my ex told me all about the book, and I'm gonna watch the movie. I could just pick it out.
I'm going to have to give you a copy, aren't I?
Yeah, probably.
Like before the movie came out, I think 2 or 3 years before, all of my friends got copies of the books because I got them on sale. In a used bookstore because I won't buy them at full price because I don't want to support Orson Scott Card. But
only Avella. But there's a prophecy for when he turned 16 about someone from the big three, and they just did it so horribly, and they made it seem like, one, that was not the cabin. They was like, oh yeah, your dad built this cabin when you came because there's usually not someone here for the big three. That's something stupid. There's always been the all 12 of the mains, and that's what the most of the issue is in the first set of series. There's two different sets of series of when they were younger, and then another one when they're older. In the first one, that was their big issue. He, as you know, spoiler alert, Luke, the bad guy, got support from all of the children of the minor gods who were not represented in the giant U shaped thing that they have where all the cabins are lined. That was the biggest issue. There was always those. Even though there weren't children from the big three, they still had the biggest, best little cabins. And he came from one of the lower ones, the god of travelers. So constantly, all these minor gods were stuffed into their cabin. That's the big point. And then what they do? Oh, your dad just built this for you.
See, I have a bit of a feeling that if I did actually read those as somebody who grew up studying Greek mythology, I'd be pissed off about that.
Yes.
You're pissed off about the book adaptation, I'd be like, but what about this? This character does not act like this. This is terrible.
Yeah, especially in the movies, the way they had Hades acting was so pissing me off. Hades is not some little rocker dude, and his wife is not some horny girl who wants to get off with the goat boy. No! He absolutely is miserable. He kind of hates everybody, and he's kind of really angry. Come on, tell me that's not Hades. That's classic Hades. And Zeus and Poseidon wouldn't talk to each other. That was the whole point of the first book, is that he had to go and prove himself because the two of them wouldn't even talk to each other about the missing item. No one would say anything to each other. And what happens? First 5 minutes, he's like, well, your son stole it. He has 10 days to get it back. And the two of them are just talking. And we're like, no, that's the biggest issue in the whole book, is that they won't talk to each other because they're fighting. And really, it's going to be that. And he changed clearly in front of someone. which was like a big no-no. Like when Poseidon came out of the water, he just like it was supposed to be a giant ball of light, but they made him just slosh into water in front of someone.
I
That's
just
a
like to point out that for
gigantic
the most
no-no.
part, the Greek gods were raping assholes.
Oh, yeah. They did dumb that down with
Yeah.
Medusa. They was like, well, he was my boyfriend, and it was like, no. Even in the book, she was pissed. She was like, I tried to go to your mother for help, and she wouldn't help me. She damned me. Like that was her big issue with Annabeth. Is just she blamed her mom, and yeah, Poseidon was a raping little asshole, and Zeus. You know what I love about Zeus? Percy Jackson's Zeus. Like he can never get laid
Wait.
as himself. He's either pretending to be a king, or he's pretending to be a swan, or he's pretending to be someone else. He could never get laid as the god of gods.
You think that way? Yeah. Well, part of the reason that he does that is he thinks it'll disguise his being a big old raping man slut from Hera.
No, Hera knows everything. And I kind of hate Hera for what she did to Echo. Like, Zeus ordered Echo to talk Hera's ear off because that's what she was good for. And what'd she do? Tie her tongue in a knot. And I'm like, bitch, take it out on your husband.
Yeah, that's Hera in a nutshell. Yeah, it's like I'm going to kill the kid that my husband has. Like, no, your husband's the asshole.
Yeah.
Poor
Hercules.
Heracles. Hercules is right.
Heracles, they knew who I'm talking about.
I told you, I was a big Greek mythology person as a kid.
So was I.
Heracles is Greek, Hercules is Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they named him Heracles after the god Hera, trying to placate her.
But what I didn't like is what they did to Cyclops. The Cyclopses actually were, like, generally Poseidon's kids. It was if he was messing with the nature spirit, you gave birth to a Cyclops. And Cyclops were evil, vicious people. And, like, I didn't even watch fully the second movie because, like, just the beginning was already starting to make me mad. Like, I tried to watch it for Giles.
No fun to them. There was no fun.
I'm trying to watch it for Giles. I love that they made Giles Charon.
I kind of want to watch the second one for my captain.
Well, yeah, we know. You're a big Firefly fan.
Right there. My captain.
But, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't even do it. Like, after I see what they did with the brother and how stupid they had him, I was just like, no. Like, why would you open it up? It was something stupid that they opened it up with. It was just them fighting. That had nothing to do with it, like, Clarissa going against them. Like, I think they were trying to introduce Clarissa because they messed up in the first movie. Because, like, Clarissa's the reason why he found out he's from Poseidon. Is because, like, she tried to give him a swirly and he, like, sunned all the toilets. Squirting on everybody. Oh, that was so funny. Oh, I love that. I was sad they didn't put that in the movie. And then he like tries to she really tries to like kill him in the forest, but then like he ends up in the river, and then his dad sends this little thing, and
movies always cut your favorite part.
Yeah, they always do. Like Malfoy getting punched and beaten up by all the brothers on the field. Yeah, Harry Potter switch over real quick.
The first Hunger Games. Like, there was a scene with the mutations at the end of the attack.
Like, they forgot to tell them.
They're supposed to be the bodies of the tributes that have already died.
Like, I was like,
I wanted to see that so badly. I was looking forward to it. It's just some generic fucking creature. Like, this.
No. Yeah, it was like, this is the thing that made me so sad. It was the mutation of Rue that was trying to eat her. And it really broke her spirit. I think that really helped with why she wanted to semi-commit suicide. She was like, even if this doesn't work, I'd rather die now.
Plus, the whole genetic manipulation thing being done by the Capitol is a theme running throughout
the whole book. Like, spoiler alert, this is probably going to crush a lot of your spirits, so I'd go, a couple more seconds ahead about this.
Skip it.
But they kill my little Finnick. Like, in the book, I love Finnick. He's so cute. Although I feel like when it comes to adaptations for movies, I feel like they picked the perfect person who had the perfect attitude for Finnick. Mm-hmm. Like, don't you feel like he kind of like?
Yeah,
He
I
had
honestly
him.
thought the entire second movie, I think I liked it better than the book.
Well, they forgot to mention District 8. Like, they
Yeah.
kind of
Oh
made
no,
a big
there were
surprise
issues.
about District 12. District 12 was not a surprise
Yes.
for her. She knew that there was a rebellion there and there was a possibility. Like, when District
Yeah.
8 had told her, and that was always kind of like a little thing.
Well, that just might be pragmatic, but like, yeah, I mean, there are quite a few changes. Like, for instance, like we get the hint in the book that Plutarch is on her side from the beginning because he hints to her with the watch
but she's so
what
stupid
it's
she
going to
doesn't
be.
figure it out. Kind of reminds me of Bella, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Oh, but
So
I love Twilight.
They foreshadowed
but
that.
Bella's retarded. I will tell you that.
And then
Bella's
in the movie,
like
she
book
becomes
smart,
a
but like
manipulative,
street
selfish
retarded.
bitch.
Yeah, they do. And you know, I rewatched it and I thought about what you talked when you talked about how you felt like she was selfish, and like for us book readers, when she said get him out, it wasn't because she felt like she was dying. It's because she's like, he can't breathe, get him out. Like, that was supposed to be what was said, but all they got her to say was get it out. No, it was like, he can't breathe, get him out, get him out. You know, like, help him. She knew she was gonna die. She fully
expected
the part
that. Where instead of going and giving her daughter the life and like, here, I'm going to get these passports for you, I'm going to send you off. And suddenly like it was done for her and she's bitching about it.
No,
it's like,
it wasn't.
Where's mine? It's like, no, that was her act.
Because basically,
Alice
terrible. Just left
terrible.
her the link of Jay Jennis and she didn't know who it was, and she went and she found out, oh, he falsifies documents. Okay, I'm gonna make another appointment with him, and she got Jacob's picture and she got her daughter's picture and said make them passports because he will get her away, he will protect her, he will save her.
We have had a big conversation about what a terrible person they made her in those movies.
Yeah, they really did. She's so much better and nicer, and they made her smarter. I mean, like, I love Kristen Stewart. I don't think she was good for it because she is a smart person.
She had
like,
no
they should have got some
emotion.
dits to do it because that's exactly what she is. She's clumsy. She's ditzy. She's book smart. She passed school, good grades and stuff, but bitch is dumb. She was about to get raped and didn't even know she was about to get raped, and then like they're all ganging up on her and she's like not screaming or anything because she's like, well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to scream, so I should just save it up for one scream. And then she's like, how did my daddy tell me how to break a nose again? Like, he even asks her in the book, like, what is she making that face for? And she's like, face? Oh, I was trying to remember how to break a nose. I was just like, oh, this bitch. Like, I hit my head. But that was the exact moment I started hating Bella. I was just like, you don't deserve it. You make me mad.
No, he's a abusive, creepy ass, stalking asshole.
I love stalkers. That's one of the things. If she doesn't like stalkers, I love stalkers.
Because they're creepy.
Like, even before Twilight, my family used to talk about me all the time, and you know. And you'll see when we do the official Twilight blog.
Dead and stapled to her door.
No, that's different. If he does anything dangerous or creepy, done. Right? But me and her have a different thing. I think stalking is cute. He's shy. He doesn't know how to tell her that he likes her or is afraid that he'll like her because I'm kind of a stalker. I'm kind of a stalker. I really, really am. But like, I do it low key. Because, like, they think that we're friends, but really have gigantic crushes on them, and I just want to be around them at all times. So I stalk them. But I don't full-on stalk them. I'm not, like, outside your door. But, like, if I'm bored and not doing anything, and I know you're going to be in a certain place, I'm going to go to that certain place and probably stare at you and daydream. I'm a stalker.
Yeah.
So I don't mind other stalkers. Like, some guy comes to my window and says, come with me, ready. If an animal just randomly starts talking to me, ready. Like, I'm not...
Actually, if an animal starts talking to me, I can probably do it just because I like animals better than people. Like, what? You're a talking cat? Yeah. Let's go have fun.
Like, it's so funny because my mom's like the complete opposite. She's so close-minded. She's like, if a zombie apocalypse, my biggest terrifying thing is that my son will be with my mom if the zombie apocalypse will happen. And like,
speaking of zombie apocalypse, this World War Z was a shit movie. Shit.
Yes.
Oh my god, they ruined that book.
I've heard that. I never read the book, but I did hear that they messed it up terribly.
Ruined it.
Like the
point.
Like the soldier chick, the Iraqi soldier chick was like a badass, and they didn't do it quite enough justice. Is what I was told.
They localized it. They focused too much on his storyline. You didn't actually get the war. You know, World War Z. It wasn't in the fucking movie.
I know. Now I know.
Terrible.
I am a purist, and I do read a lot of books before they become movies slash TV shows. And I admit that I kind of hate the people who read it after. But then I started being that person. Like my friend kept trying to get me to watch Hunger Games over and over and over again. I was just like, nah, I can't. Just can't seem to get through it. Like it's so. And then I watched the movie, and I was just like,
Until we read
maybe
the
I'll
books
read it.
before the movies.
And then like I tried like my cousin told me just go ahead and skip the first one and just read the second, but it was like so
Don't
slow
do
I couldn't do
that.
it. Then I watched the second one and I was just like it took me a few months after I watched it. I was just kinda like I think I'll read them. And then I watched Vampire Academy and Dimitri was like so sexy. I was like, okay, I'll
I
finally
need to watch
read
that
Academy.
still because
Vampire
I like
Academy.
those books a lot.
Yeah. And I guess now World War Z, I'm gonna add to that. I kind of really like that, and I think I might. I'm kind of bored right now. I don't really have anything to read. I mean, after I finish
It's
Vampire
really good.
Diaries, I think I might read World War Z.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah. And zombie apocalypse, going back to it, if the zombie apocalypse broke out, my mom would think it was an elaborate joke. Like if someone in Walmart started maliciously biting someone, like they do in the movies, my mom would think, oh, that must be some prank that they're filming, and keep shopping.
Yeah, don't try to play that prank on me because I will straight up bash you in the head.
Yeah, like what do we like
I am
Bill? How do we
prepared.
what is it? What's the survival guide zombie movie? What is it? You know, my little cute geeky guy with the big old poofy hair, and he shot Bill
Zombie
Bob. Dang it, what was his name?
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Zombieland?
Yes,
Yeah.
might be Zombieland.
Double
Like,
tap.
yeah, like that was stupid. Like they thought he was so weak, but it's like, dude, he stayed alive this soon. Y'all shouldn't have played that joke. Don't play the zombie apocalypse joke. Okay?
That's a,
He was ready to go. Right?
Yeah.
He's like, gone. Now he's dead, and they were just like they just passed over that death like it was nothing. I thought that was funny.
That's the thing. We're educated in monster killing now, so that means that if you actually get us to believe it,
Like
we will do it.
like a lot of my friends constantly have the whole, crowbar versus sword thing because guns will eventually run out. And I was like, you know
But you
what?
could not.
I now have a sword and a crowbar. I have both now.
I have those. I have a mace, which I have a flail, so nice range
ready to
on
go.
that. It's heavy. It's got spikes in it.
But
so
me
that
and her
can start to
disagree.
range.
She wants to go get a bow and arrow, and I'm just like, you would
No, I want
constantly
a
still have to.
crossbow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A crossbow, bow and arrow. You would constantly have to
Well,
go back into the woods to go get more.
It's not
Unless
like
you're
I
gonna be
want
like
it to be
Daryl,
my
reusing the
only
same
weapon.
arrows
Yeah,
all throughout the
you
season.
can make your own crossbow arrows. It's like it's not going to be my only weapon. I just feel it's important to have a ranged one as well as a melee and close combat.
Yeah, like I'd have a gun if I could, but like it's gonna run out of bullets. So I'm going with the sword. Like I'm not too bad with the sword. I'm not like samurai worthy, but I can do some damage with the sword. I can keep myself alive for a little bit. And then I like my hammers. I would just I would constantly get hammers. No matter where I went, I would just pack up on hammers and then just throw that shit at their skull.
It's useful.
Yeah, see?
It's not like I was checking out weaponry at Ren Fair or anything,
But-
picking out weapons to use or things.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
But back to adaptations. I just kind of hate all of them. I really do.
Can't hate all of them. There
Like,
are some that are good.
Now that I'm reading Vampire Academy, it's so slow. I'm reading it so much slower than I normally would. I really am.
We'll get to this later, but Game of Thrones, for the most part, is a very
yeah.
good adaptation.
She wants to wait till she catches up on her 2 episodes.
I have
I've
finals
read
and a
it,
convention.
and
I
I'm
was
not
busy.
reading it on purpose because it was actually this. I had finished Mockingjay, and I was so utterly and completely I was so incompletely like just devastated by Mockingjay
I
that
didn't like Mockingjay.
I needed something else to obsess about. So I was like, should I watch Game of Thrones? And she was like, yeah, but you should read it. I was like, I'm not gonna read it because it's just gonna. I just had my heart broken. I don't need it broken again. Like, oh, Mockingjay broke me. I knew. Spoiler.
Prem?
Huge. Shh.
I'm not
Fucking
saying
spoiler.
any details about it. I'm just saying a name.
Okay. Just skip ahead, people. I I knew about Prim's death, but like
Yeah.
man, reading it again with the whole story background brought me to like so many tears, and like I love that he died laughing.
Yeah.
That was funny.
See, I am very skilled at saying one word where you guys will know exactly what I mean if you've read it and you know what's happening, and all you like unsullied bastards will have no idea. Like if I say the words Lady Stoneheart to you and how much I want to see Lady Stoneheart on Game of Thrones, hurry up and show up already. Like most of you will have absolutely no idea what I mean, but those of you that know,
I'm
you know.
I can wait. I think it's gonna freak me out a little bit more than it needs to. I can wait for her. I can wait for her. I'm still dealing with the White Walkers and their baby. Uh, uh, like,
Yeah.
let's just say Casters probably
Yeah.
unhandedly created the
Yeah.
White Walker epidemic himself. Like, they were apparently on the brink of, like, extinction until apparently, Casters started giving them a bunch of boys. I feel bad for the Caster girls. Like, when that sword went through his mouth, I was just like, justice. I didn't like Caster. I didn't like those little fucking deserters. I was just like, just the whole time they were being raped back there. I was just like,
you're not going to like the
I just want to
majority of
hug them.
people on Game of Thrones. That's one of the
No,
defining.
no, you won't. I love Arya.
Yeah. Now, yeah, you gotta love Arya, and I
And
can't
I
wait
love
till she
Dany.
makes it to Bravos. Like, when she gets to Bravos, I'm so fucking looking forward to that shit.
But they're
Like,
probably gonna
all
do
of
it
these
wrong.
little people that like haven't read the books are all like, "Oh my god, her storyline's so dark." I'm like, "Oh, honey, you have no idea what's going to happen. You have no idea."
I know. I actually kind of feel bad. Well, I don't feel bad for him, but I think he's retarded. Theon's retarded.
I hated Theon for a long time.
Like, spoiler alert to you, what you missed on the previous episode is that his sister came to get him, but he was so into his Reap persona, he wouldn't do it, and he bit her and ran back in the cage. And I was just like, you idiot. You deserve what you get. Although Ramsay, I'm waiting for Ramsay to die.
I love Ramsay.
Ramsay, it's so
You know what? I
horrible.
hate it. Like, he's terrible, and I know this, but the actor they have playing him, I loved him on Misfits. He was Simon. He was brilliant on that. Simon and Alicia. Oh my god, love Misfits. Such a great show. And then they cast him like, oh, I'm so looking forward to this, but he's terrible, and damn it, save me, Mary. And then suddenly I was like, oh my god, he is really, really good. He is playing this so much fun, and I just want to keep watching him. And as long as he keeps fucking with people I don't like anyway, go for it.
You know what? The way that you feel is the same way I felt about Tom Felton. But I fell in love with Tom Felton on Harry Potter, not before it. But like, I hate Malfoy. I can't stand book Malfoy. But like, they made like movie Malfoy so much more
Am I
nicer.
the only person that just watched it and it's like, oh look, they cloned and miniaturized Spike from Buffy?
Maybe it was a shout out for him. Maybe it wasn't necessarily a clone. Maybe they were like, well, we really love him.
Only,
Let's blonde his hair up like him. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
So
But
like,
actually, no.
like
Actually,
Spike.
they are a crystal wand inside the books.
I'm saying is he looked like mini Spike.
Yeah, he did. I love me some Tom Felton. You know what? Tom Felton might be the reason why I like James.
Maybe.
Because I watched him after.
I don't know. And yeah, I already liked James Masters. Oh my god.
I love Tom Felton. I think I was able to grow and love Malfoy in the movie because he was so cute and he's so much nicer in the movies than he is in the book. In the book, he is a dick wad. It is like watching Game of Thrones where you're just waiting for that little bastard to die, but he never dies. But like movie Malfoy, he was so nice, so nice. Like, I think I probably would have been mad that he got punched on the field. Well, actually, no, I was actually very upset. Like, I was, like, waiting for it to happen in the movie, and then when it passed, I just looked at my mom and go, like, I was so waiting for that, because in the movies, they make it seem like they just let Malfoy do whatever he wants. No, the Weasleys fight back. They have comebacks. They fight with him. Like, they were supposed to have like a duel, and like Malfoy and like Ron actually said to him, he was like, well, if you don't know any spells, just throw your wand and punch him in the face. Like, they were gonna get him. And then like Malfoy said something about their mother, and then like on the Quidditch field, and then all the Weasleys just started beating the snot out of Malfoy, and that's why they had detention in the with Umbridge and stuff, and that's why they actually stole their brooms back. She took their brooms and chained them to her desk, so they actually broke her desk and took their brooms back and set off all the fireworks.
Going away from sci-fi and fantasy, one of my favorite adaptations of a book series to a movie were the first two Anne of Green Gables movies.
Mm-mm.
Did you ever read the books?
Mm-mm.
Watch those?
I have a lot to do. I've done a lot, but I have a lot more to go. I'm still young though.
Yes, you are.
So I have many years to read and watch all of these.
Like we've discussed this, I think that's a lot of the reason why I have problems with like Twilight as a book that she doesn't. It's because she's so young, and I don't mean this as a unsophisticated. I mean this as I've been reading these kind of stories since probably before she was born.
Maybe not before I was born. But you're like 4 years older than me. So you were reading these books at the age of 4?
5 or 6, but yeah.
See, so I was born.
Okay, you were born.
I was an infant.
So I was reading them before you were talking. Is that better?
Yes. But see, here's the thing though. I think I stick up for them because see, you're a theater major, right? I'm originally a writer. I just do cooking as like my little paycheck. But I'm a writer and I hate all the hate on her because what if I write that book? You know? What if I'm like, everyone's always talking about my literary skills. I'm going to be pissed.
I want criticism in there and actually use them become better instead of just going, la, 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 can't
see, I wouldn't do that because, see, I go to all of my friends. I bounce ideas off of you guys all the time. And, like, even when I start writing, I have my friends tell me, well, maybe you should change it up to this and that and so on and so forth. And I take that criticism. But, see, what if someone, even after all your help, thinks that me and you wrote an awful book?
Then they're allowed to think it. Like, I might want to stone the heretic that disses Joss Whedon, but as long as you're not wrong with what you're saying and misrepresenting it to you, I will listen to you. It's like, yeah, you're a goddamn idiot because Joss is brilliant, but
Joss is cynical.
Joss is evil.
He's just cruel.
Joss is a rat bastard, and I love him so much. Like, my master.
I don't.
So much love.
I don't.
I trust him to tell the best story,
but
I don't trust him with my heart, but I trust him with my stories.
I will say this, if I ever do really finish my script and I get to like suggest directors, I would suggest Joss Whedon, but he cannot fucking touch my writing. I will decide what writing and everything.
Well, he does good adaptations too. I mean, he hasn't done a whole lot of them, but did you see
he's gonna make people die a lot sooner or go through tragedies a lot sooner than he needs to.
No,
my people already have a tortured background.
Like, did anyone see his adaptation of Much Ado About Nothing? Like, he didn't add anything to the text. He rearranged one thing, but his strength was understanding the characters. Like, do you know Much Ado About Nothing?
Mm-mm.
There's this whole scene where the hero slut shames his fiance at their wedding. And that was kind of like, most people play it as, oh, this poor innocent dupe, and Joss is like, wait a minute, this guy's a fucking dick. So he kind of went through and highlighted all these areas where he is an obnoxious, dickish moron, and he pointed that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right, maybe. But Joss Whedon, I would let him direct my movie.
I trust him
but
with
I
the
want
story.
veto power.
I just do not trust him with my heart.
Yeah, I want veto power over my storyline if Joss Whedon's doing it. I really do.
I'm still upset about Fred.
I want veto power
I am
casting.
Still upset about Wesley. No, let Joss cast it.
His cast. But I'm just saying, if you cannot dye your hair or wear contacts, you're out. You're not dedicated to my dream. Like, come on.
Did you see the makeup he put on
even
people?
Vampire Diaries. I love Vampire Diaries, the books. I love them. And like at the time when the show came out, I was too young to realize that they were gonna fuck up everything that I love in every book and movie. So I was just like, oh, I can't wait. Then I seen the trailer. I was like, bitches and blog. Nope, not watching it. They can't even get her hair dyed. They're gonna mess up on all the fundamentals. Is this the point where I mentioned that
in the books and Tyrion, instead of like the scar, he's like missing his nose?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But I can see it pragmatically because if you're doing makeup for someone to get into every week, that's a long ass fucking time to be there working on it. It's a lot of
Well, you're
work
just
and a lot
saying
of
that
money.
because, again, you're a theater major and you've had to do this makeup.
Yes.
But see, everybody else isn't like that. Everyone else doesn't feel that way. And don't get me wrong, when it comes to books and adaptations, I know that some
All
stuff
the
has
money
to
you
be
make
cut,
us
that there has to
spend
be some time things.
on
I
makeup
completely
is money
understand
we
that.
can't spend on actually making the story.
Okay, well, how do you feel about this? In Beastly, he was supposed to look like Chewbacca. He constantly
Yeah,
reversed himself as Chewbacca. They made him bald with trees growing on him.
No, he was a guy with a bunch of piercings and tattoos. He would fit right in at the local punk scene. He could find any chick there.
Yeah, like it was a legitimate reason that he did not want to go out there. And then like I didn't like that they didn't have him like she kind of got sold to him by her father.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really play that up like they should have. Like basically like it not just like as in the Beauty and the Beast thing. He really did that. Like he really
creepy shit.
yeah. And
actually,
like,
speaking of Beauty and the Beast adaptations, like the '80s television series to the CW one that I'm pretty sure just got canceled. Thank fucking God. They took this great cat beast living under the sewer and turned him into a guy with a scar that becomes the Incredible Hulk.
we gotta wrap it up.
Well, we got a nice little overview of a whole bunch of stuff there.
Yeah, so. And again, we will dedicate exact vlogs to it. We just gotta wait for the right guest so that we can have a good back and forth.
If there's anything you want to hear more about, comment.
Yeah, comment. We will totally talk about it. I'll do research on it. You know, I will read the movie. I'm sorry, I said read the movie. I'll read the book. I'll watch the movie, and then I'll give you guys my opinion on it. Always.
Yeah.
Dedicated to my fans. All right. Bye.